and saw them again in 1965 when they returned to the USA. I knew with absolute certainty that there was no subliminal warning of a black and white conflagration hidden in their songs. In Five to Die, I didn't hold back castigating Manson's demented worshippers for following a diabolical madman. Not surprising, this did not endear me to the remnants of Manson's crackpot army of young women who were to keep a year-long vigil outside the Los Angeles courthouse. They had all pledged to remain loyal to their ruler forever and do whatever was necessary until Charlie walks out a free man. And whatever was necessary, I quickly discovered, was pretty chilling. I will never forget my brief encounter with Manson devotee Lynette Squeaky Frommy when I saw her squatting on the street outside the courtroom on the first day of the trial in July 1970. She recognized me right away. We had talked at the Spahn Ranch 7 months earlier, and now my book, which painted Manson and his gang as a depraved band of killers, had been published. She greeted me with a friendly wave and an angelic smile. "Hi, Ivor," she called out, in that sing-song butter-wouldn't-melt-in-a-mouth emotionless voice. "Do you know what it feels like to have a razor-sharp knife slid down your throat?" Her comment sent shivers down my spine. I didn't respond. No quip or rebuttal readily came to mind, so I quickly moved past her into the courthouse. My sojourn into the lifestyle and inner workings of the family grew, as weeks turned into months and then years. Manson and his mob just wouldn't go away. My pursuit of the story was to sweep me up on a strange and unique personal odyssey that stretched over almost half a century. As time went by and the threats subsided, the trials came and went. The case continued to obsess me like no other story I have ever encountered. I could not rid myself of those ghastly images. I carefully followed the circuitous trail of those convicted of the killings after spending almost a year covering the trial. I revisited the case, interviewing leading players in California, London, and Paris. My unending assignment took me through a house of horrors. A journey that began with the destruction of the innocent lives of the pregnant actress Sharon Tate, fashionable Hollywood hairstylist Jay Sebring, and their friends had a mansion hidden away on Cielo Drive off Benedict Canyon, and then a day later moved to a Los Angeles residential neighborhood, where the lives of Los Angeles businessman Leno LaBianca and his wife Rosemary was senselessly cut short. There were other corpses strewn along the path as well, some who died, innocents whose lives were forever scarred beyond repair by those heinous 2 nights. The internationally acclaimed movie director, the rock legend, the Hollywood superstar, the music industry giant. Feel free to come along on this journey with me. Part 1. The Crime. 1. The Killings. I felt absolutely nothing for her as she begged for her life and the life of her baby. There was nothing I could do, no turning back. It was like I was caught in something I had no control over. It was like I was a tool in the hands of the devil. Susan Atkins, 1976 ABC TV interview. The swirling hallucination of the 60s had climaxed in the ultimate summer bummer, and it all made a grotesquely twisted sense. Barney Hoskins, Waiting for the Sun, Strange Days, Weird Scenes, and the Sound of Los Angeles, 1996. Saturday, August 9th, 1969, was undoubtedly the most horrifying day in Winifred Winnie Chapman's life. The sun was trying hard to burn through the early morning Los Angeles haze as the 55-year-old housekeeper stepped off the bus at Santa Monica Boulevard and Cannon Drive in Beverly Hills. Those early morning buses were often called the Maids' Specials because housekeepers, cooks, and babysitters would leave at sunrise to travel the 20-odd miles to serve affluent West Side families. The trip from her home on East 46th Street in South Central LA took about 45 minutes. As she stepped off the bus shortly before 8 o'clock a.m., Chapman caught sight of a familiar face. It was a friend of her employer's, the Polish-born film director Roman Polanski, and his 8 months pregnant wife, actress Sharon Tate. The couple was renting a ranch-style barn-red house in remote Benedict Canyon, surrounded by pine trees, lawns, and well-manicured shrubbery. The Dream House had been built in 1941 by the French actress Michelle Morgan, and it had previously been home to actors Henry Fonda and Cary Grant, as well as record producer Terry Melcher.